Merry Christmas and welcome to day 38 of the Vera Series. And it looks like we did not get a level increase, so I just don't think it's happening, guys. But starting out, you want to go to casual, then you want to go to building, and then you want to go to your artificial island. Then you want to go back to casual, hit building, and then hit claim, because remember, you can only hold these resources for 24 hours. On top of that, today is Procrastinator Day, so hopefully you cleared your island. Unlike me, don't forget to clear out the exchange store. But speaking of casual, don't forget about fishing. Remember, you can only buy 350 bait for the week, so you might want to do just a little bit of fishing today so that way you can get some better bait and that way you don't waste everything for this week. Next, you want to do Mia's Kitchen, and then you want to do your 4 bounties for the day, and I'm going to go with the Sparrow. Then we got Vitality, starting with joint operations. So for today, we got access to bracers, chest, a Huma, and a Samir matrix, shoulders, helm, a Coco, and a Shiro matrix, and we can do boots. On top of that, we can do Sadness Valley or the end game. So all of these dungeons are actually great to do, and you might even want to use a few Vitality solutions. Next, we got Interstellar Exploration. So remember, you want to check Vera as well as check Aspera so that way you can get all of your Stargates. And the best way to tell if you have a level 3 Stargate is to look at this weapon battery category. And if it has a number 3, it's a level 3 Stargate. But if it has a number 2, it's a level 2 Stargate. But if you don't have any level 3s or level 2s, you could always do Dimensional Trials. And if you need money, you could always do Space-Time Domains. And if you're pressed for time, you could always make Omnium Beacons. Then we got our optionals, and that is giving gifts to your 1.0 characters. And the best way to do that is to go to the black market and talk to Hopkins, see this island and do the claw machine, and knock out your 2 trainings for the day. But what is not optional is to do your 8 fun zones. On top of that, if you're also like me, you probably haven't done security force yet. This is a weekly thing to where you can get 300 Mira and 150 old Vera coins, so you want to make sure you do your 3 tasks at the security force. And if you can try to do your 6 Greyspace fishers, or try to clear the Twilight zone because it has a lot of great rewards. But you do have an 8-hour time limit, so there is no rush to get this completed. And if you need help on how to do any of that, I got a guide on my channel. And then we got appointed research. I recommend that you do the new appointed research so that way you can get those macro reactors. But remember, you can only hold a grand total of 20. You get 5 free energy a day. So make sure that this does not cap. And if you can, try to do some racing so that way you can get that Mira at the end of the month. So now let's answer some questions plus some tips. So Jaden asked me, do I enjoy having my own apartment? Plus, do I know that Frigg is broken? I still somehow have not checked out my apartment, so I'm going to try to do that today. And I did find out that Frigg is broken. Like, sometimes when you try to do the multi-slash, it just doesn't work, which is kind of Frigg's thing. It's a little better than I think what it was originally like, but it's still broken. So hopefully they fix this soon and we get some pretty nice compensation. Enzo asked me, do I know what these frontier logistics vending systems are? Basically, those are like the mechanical dogs or robots along the city. You can either give them 100 Mira or 100 Vera coins, and it's basically gambling where you can get some random rewards. Here's a list of the possible rewards. I would say the old Vera coins are the best, but again, if you haven't probably cleared out all the gachapons, you might want to focus on that. And Gabbermester, not even sure if I pronounced that right, but he suggests not to use your radar detectors in Artificial Island because they will point you to portals. On top of that, he also reminded me of a code that I missed. So here are the codes that we should have access to right now. So make sure that you redeem all these so that way you don't miss out on anything. Then we got the event. You want to make sure you're logging in enough time so that way you get your dark crystals. Then you got the Winter Festival. Again, I recommend free-to-plays, kind of stay away from this one. But from what I hear is that if you get the Aberrant Franken, this one actually works a little better for free-to-play, so you might want to try that. But it's probably better just to do the Float Parade. I still haven't had a chance to do this, but here are the times that it shows up. Then we got the weekly tab. You want to make sure you do enough things down here so that way you can get everything up top, which brings us to our challenges. So if you're trying to do something like the Bygone Phantasm or Frontier Clash, you might want to save your Mia's Kitchen so that way you can power yourself up, but starting with the Bygone Phantasm. So again, I recommend that you take a look at this weapon bonus, and if you have a good weapon bonus, you might want to try to do this sneak to next level, and if your CS is high enough, you're going to be able to jump up 11 levels as long as you can beat that floor. But the biggest thing that's going to determine your rank is the sequential Phantasm. If you can get a good score here, you're most likely going to get the top rewards for the week. But today is Procrastinator Day, so if you got that top spot, you might want to take a look this evening. Void Rift, so this is the first time boss for you want to go ahead and knock that out. Wormhole, we got 3 days left to complete this, and you want to go ahead and do that so that way you can get that energy crystal dust. Rage, you want to make sure you do the last 2 on heroic, and you do battle test area on heroic so that way you get the best rewards for the week. Frontier Clash, if you haven't knocked out your attempts, I recommend that you do because you don't know what the resist to be next week, and it could be pretty bad for you. Critical Abyss, again, your daily limit is 7,000, but again, this is optional content. But if you do have these points, you can buy some crystal chunks. Break from Destiny, you want to make sure you do this at least 1 time so you can get those 800 dark crystals. Apex League, if you're trying to reach Grand Marshal, you might want to put a couple hours in each day. And then we got our daily buys. So we're going to go to shop, pot, and then buy your 2 vitality solutions, only if you can afford it. But for me, I have 101, so I'm going to pass. But if you can, try to buy your advancement modules and your booster modules for the week. But while I'm here, I want to go ahead and talk about a new limited gift pack that we got. So if you notice, we now have the Christmas gift pack. This one is actually a pretty good deal. So for 99 Tanium, you basically get a Nucleus or special voucher. That's not the worst deal in the world, but you also do get some booster module 2s and advancement module 2s and a few weapon materials, which are always helpful. But next we got the Commissary, starting with the Crystal Dust store. So you want to make sure you buy your advancement modules, your booster modules, and your Vera special gift for the week. When it comes to your potent omnium crystal, I recommend that you pass because you should have enough to reach an 8.3, even 8.4 suppressor through exploration alone. But what you can do with your golden crystal dust is buy a good pair of boots. If you have a good pair of boots, then you can buy handguards. And if you have a good pair of handguards, then you can buy whatever else you want. FaceTime store, you want to buy your booster modules, your advancement modules, and your data repeater for the week. And weapon store, if you have some extra black gold and you want to try to go ahead and buy some standard weapons, feel free, or you could just wait until a limited banner maybe gets added to the pool. Crew store, now the only thing you want to spend your points on are relics, and the relics that I recommend are Space-Time Rift, unless you have a level 3, or Omnium Shield. You want to buy your joint supply chips, your Space-Time Crystal Fragments, and your Space-Time Crystal Dust for the week. And if you can, try to buy these Space-Time Crystal Fragments using return support points. But if you need help on how to get return support points, I got a guide for that. Point store. So for your regular points, you want to spend them all on a spare special gifts, so that way you don't have to do training, black market, or Cetus Island again. But if you need to level up your matrices or weapons, you could always buy matrix data packs or weapon batteries. And the red points are from the Critical Abyss, and you can use those to buy clusters. But besides that, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and you just get to chill and relax for the day. If you do have a little bit of time to play Tower of Fantasy, you might just want to go around and explore, or just knock out some of those things that you forgot to do earlier this week, like me. But other than that, talk with you guys later.